Hello, everybody. My name is Samantha Nordmark. My topic for the environmental management plan will be an off-grid van, and today I'll be going over the natural resource overview for the EMP. In overview, I'll be giving a few quick definitions covering the topic identity, geographic location, historic background, soils, vegetation, wildlife, policy concerns, and finally the references that helped me complete the project. In the interest of time, I invite you to pause the PowerPoint here to quickly read over the few definitions. It will be very helpful in the next presentation, but this presentation is a foreshadowing to that. So the topic identity, short and sweet. I want to focus on waste stemming from van life, and more specifically, the natural resources that will be affected in the geographic location I have in the next slide. For the geographic location, I chose Anza Borrego Desert State Park in California. I chose this location because there's a huge van life gathering once a year. Photo on the left of this slide shows the topography of the area, which is a valley surrounded by three sides of mountains. This park is located right in the middle of the desert, so according to the Anza Borrego Desert Natural History Association, the arid and extreme temperatures range from 32 to 107 degrees throughout the year. Some quick historical background on the land. Borrego Springs, which is still there today, with the current population of about 1,800 according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The land was first a homestead in 1910, gaining traction in the late 1920s. In an article titled Old Borrego, the Early Days of Borrego Springs, it was noted that the Anza Borrego Desert State Park was established in 1933, which is located just to the east of Borrego Springs. Let's dig right into soils. So the soil type is fine, very sandy and gravelly, which is especially prone to erosion, but it also exposes a lot of fossils, which are found in the area. According to palmer.edu, cryptobiotic crusts, such as the ones found in and around Anza Borrego State Park, are very beneficial because it helps hold soils in place, protecting underlying sediments from erosion, which is also important for the enabling of grasses and herbs to become established and to allow root systems to flourish. Regarding soil to fruit growth itself, it is best to dig 2 or 3 inches into the top layer to conserve water, keep roots cooler during the summer, and also to deter weeds. In an article surrounding the temperature and moisture conditions for life in the extreme, regarding soil carbon sequestration, there has been a years-long drought in this area, and that has eliminated grasses and weeds that take up and regenerate nutrients within the soils. However, according to a local newspaper, this year is supposed to specifically break out of that drought with a super bloom. Regarding specific and unique properties in this soil contains a lot of woody legumes such as mesquite. This legume is very important in maintaining the long-term productivity of this desert ecosystem specifically, which again is found in the cryptobiotic crust. Lastly, an interesting point, there are granitic rocks exposed in the Anza Borrego's mountain ranges. So it's not just sedimentary rock, there is granite as well. Because the soils are so sandy and gravelly, not much vegetation grows. However, cacti and species of bushes do flourish, providing little shade and a little bit of fruit for the wildlife in the next slide. A surprising number of species can survive the arid and extreme temperatures. Bighorn sheep, badger, rabbits, rattlesnakes, squirrels, mountain lions, and bobcats. Lastly, there are some major policy concerns to consider when drafting policies or projects. First, of course, you have the nature, which is protection of the wildlife, water sources, soil, and air quality, which I will cover in the next presentation. Regarding disposal of waste, specifically for this project, There must be proper drop off points and guidance for regarding compost emissions, human sewage, non potable water, and general waste, following the principles of leave no trace, if you remember back to the definitions in one of the first slides. Specific to van life, no parking and no overnight parking zones restrict van lifers to the outskirts of town, where these drop off points are often not available. These are a few policy concerns when moving into drafting a final EMP. These are my references that I used for all of the content in this project. Here are some links for the pictures I used that were not stock footage. And in summary, I went over the definitions, topic identity, geographic location, historic background, soils, vegetation, wildlife, policy concerns, and lastly, references. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me via the class email or chat function. Thank you.